Okay, welcome to this week's Week 11 Pigskin Pick'em. We had our first game this week, which was New Orleans at Carolina, and that was a close game. Started out, Carolina was taking it to them pretty good, and then New Orleans crept back in, which they've been doing a lot of this year. And we had a final score there of 23-20. The big news story there was that Luke Kuechly went out of the game. Obviously was in a lot of pain, and subsequently they discovered he had a concussion. And this morning we actually got some news that he was going for a second opinion in regards to his concussion. So we wish him all the best with that as well. But anyway, that was a good way to start off the week of NFL games this week. So today we're going to start the first game that we're reviewing here is Buffalo Bills at Cincinnati. I like Buffalo here. I just think they've got a really good team, and I believe their record is not quite indicative of the way they've played this year. But I have them winning today, upsetting the home team 21-17. I just feel like Buffalo can cause a lot of headaches for teams, especially home teams. And I feel like they're going to have a good day today.
Yeah, I agree there as well. I think Buffalo, I agree with the record doesn't really speak for who they are. They've had a tough schedule so far, I think. And, playing teams like Seattle and New England at home at their places. It's definitely tough, but I like them coming in here. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm going to go Buffalo here on a last-second field goal, 27-24 to beat Cincinnati.
All right, the next game we're reviewing is Chicago at New York. I really like New York here. I like the home team advantage. I believe the Giants D is going to put some pressure on Cutler here, and I think he'll throw at least 2 interceptions today.
Yep.
And so I like them today, winning 24-13.
I think this is going to be a big game for the Giants today. The Bears are struggling across the board. Jay Cutler, once again, having a terrible year. Wonder what his future is going to be with that team. Doesn't look too good right now, but Giants here at home, coming off the big Monday night win, and they're looking to maybe go on a little playoff run here. I like the Giants here big at home. I'm going to go 38-13 Giants.
Next game is Pittsburgh at Cleveland, and I really believe this is going to be. I believe Pittsburgh's going to. They've been frustrated, obviously, this year with their play, but I think they're going to kind of take out some of that frustration today on Cleveland. And I've got them winning 26-10. I think Antonio Brown has a big day today, and I like them versus Cleveland.
Yeah, I agree with the same thing as Pittsburgh and Buffalo. I think Pittsburgh, their record doesn't really speak for themselves, but Pittsburgh's kind of had the bad end where they've had a lot of bad injuries, obviously Big Ben and Le'Veon being out early on, and they just, I think they're going to get back on track. Obviously a game like this is going to help, so I think Pittsburgh is going to get an easy W here, 33-13 over the struggling Browns. They still won't get a win.
Okay, next game is Baltimore at Dallas. I think the Dallas winning streak just continues. They're a lot of fun to watch. I believe Dak has a good day today, and I think the home team is going to be pretty happy today with the outcome, and that score I've got is 28-14.
I think this is going to be an interesting game to watch because Dak knows that he's the quarterback of Dallas now. Before he was saying in interviews this is still Tony's team, but now Tony's active, and they're like, Dak, you're our guy now. So for the future, I think early on, Dak will seem a little uncomfortable because he'll be getting used to being the guy now. Before he was the guy filling in, even though he was playing great football, he was still the guy filling in to his knowledge. But I think that could get to him early on, but I think Dallas is at home here. They're playing an inconsistent Baltimore team. So I like Dallas here at home. I'm going to go 31-20 Dallas. They're going to pull away in the fourth quarter.
All right, the next game we've got is Jacksonville versus Detroit. I like Detroit here. I believe they run the ball a lot today. I think Jacksonville all year long has had trouble defending the run, and I think they come out and do that just that very thing to them today. And I like them winning 21-13.
Yeah, a lot of these games today seem like really homecoming schedules for these home teams. A lot of these teams are look like easy wins home team perspective, obviously. Jacksonville's struggling across the board. Coming into the season, I thought they were going to be a team that could win about 8 or 9 games, but be that team for the future. We're like, this team's got a bright future, but like Bortles, he's been okay. He's been a little shaky sometimes, and just Jacksonville, just as a team, hasn't really impressed. 2-7 obviously reflects that. Detroit here at home, Matthew Stafford, he's gonna be throwing the ball a lot, I think. Also, they're gonna be running it too, but I think Matthew Stafford, that arm he's got, and those wide receivers, expect a big one here today from the Lions. I'm gonna go 28-17.
Next game is Tennessee Titans versus Indianapolis Colts. I really feel like in the first game, the Titans really blew that game, but I just feel like they're a different team now. So I like them here in a close one, and I've got this as 21-17 Tennessee.
I agree there. Tennessee's a very fun team to watch. I love what they're doing with their running game, especially with Mariota at quarterback, and of course DeMarco Murray, who's having a phenomenal year. I agree. I think they go in. They're going to be looking to get back at their division rival. Colts, I mean, what can you say about the Colts? It's Andrew Luck and everybody else, honestly, when you look at it. So, I like the Titans here. I'm going to go 24-13. They'll get score. Seems like it's a lot more, but I think it'll be close, but Titans will kind of pull away.
Next we have Tampa Bay at Kansas City. I think this game's going to be a little closer than what a lot of people might think. I believe Kansas City will win it. I think my score is 28-24. I just think the key to this game is the pressure on Jameis Winston. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't happen, Jameis has the ability to create plays, extend drives, and I really think that that's going to be the key today is stopping him.
Yeah, I think they're going to get to Jameis today. But I think what's really going to be the big thing for Kansas City today is that crowd. Kansas City's 7-2, and Arrowhead is going to be loud. It's going to be ready to go. They're looking to get this playoff push to get a 1, 2, or 3 seed in the playoffs, and I think they're very well rounded as a team. They get the job done on offense, but really that defense is really solid as well. I like the Chiefs here, 35-17. Pretty big win for them today.
Next we have Arizona at Minnesota. And I really think they're going to Arizona will be getting after Sam Bradford today.
Yeah, for sure.
That really is the thing. I mean, Bradford just really hasn't had the kind of time that he needs to find receivers and everything. He gets less than a second and a half just about to find people. Mm-hmm. And they just haven't proven to me this year that they're able to really give him enough protection to find people. So I like Arizona here, 28-17.
I'm going to go Arizona as well. I think, obviously, Minnesota is fallen a little bit, starting off 5-0, 4 straight losses. That doesn't look very good. Mm-hmm. And, obviously if they lose this game, they'll be kind of out of contention. Right now they're kind of falling out of contention. I like Arizona coming here. I think they're going to get after Bradford as well. That offensive line has been struggling. Minnesota can't get that running game going. I think Arizona will probably take advantage of that, come in 21-16 Arizona.
Next, we've got Miami at Los Angeles, and I really like Miami here. They too, I think they're probably the most improved team in the NFL this year. They just keep coming out and finding ways, and I like them here. And I think even though the Rams are favored, I believe in this game, I just think that the Dolphins are going to win this. It's going to be a close one, and I've got this 31-28 Miami.
Yeah, Dolphins are on a bit of a win streak here, and they're playing pretty good football. And obviously, they're going across the coast to play Los Angeles. This could be I think this will be a pretty good game. But I'm liking what Miami's doing right now. Obviously, at the beginning of the season, they just looked like a mess. And right now, sure, they're probably not a Super Bowl contender, but they're on the right track in terms of getting it back on track and coming back to the Miami from a while ago. So I think it'll be a good game here. I think it's going to be a test from Miami because LA will try to get after Tannehill, and it'll be close. I'm going to go Miami here, 23-20, a good one.
Next, we've got New England at San Francisco. I think Brady is going to have a big day, and I think he's going to put a hurting on the San Francisco defense. I really do. This one has a potential to be really ugly, but right now I'm just going with a 34-14, which is pretty ugly win for New England.
Yeah, I mean, just these games just get easier and easier for some of these teams. Obviously, New England being the best team at least one of the best teams in the NFL, going against the second to worst team in the NFL with San Francisco. Obviously, Browns are the worst. But San Francisco, to me, is just a mess. Just what they're doing, I don't know who they are as a team. Colin Kaepernick just seems uninterested. That Chip Kelly offense, to me, doesn't seem like it works in the NFL. That system, just to me, does not work in the NFL, and it hasn't worked, obviously, for him when he was in Philly and now in San Francisco. So expect a lot of changes from San Francisco in the future, and also expect a big win here today from New England. I'm going to New England big, 41-21.
Next, we have Philadelphia versus Seattle. I like Seattle here. I think this really does, though, have the potential of being the best game of the week. And really, for the most part, I've just got this as a one-score difference. But I've got Seattle here at 31-24.
I think the big matchup here is the weakness of Philly's wide receivers going up against the best secondary in the National Football League. Seattle, their secondary is going to be will probably have the easiest job today, just guarding those guys. Those guys have been dropping so many balls this year. Wentz has been right on the money, and it just hasn't come out the way he's wanted it to sometimes. And obviously, being in Seattle, the place is loud, coming off their biggest one of the year against New England. I'm going to go Seattle here, 34-26. They're going to have a big lead early on. Look for Philly to cut it down in the second half, but Seattle's going to pull it off at home.
Tonight at 8:30 Eastern Time, we've got Green Bay at Washington. And I think this is going to be another really, really good game. This is really a can't miss. And I like Washington, the home team, winning tonight 31-28. I just like the way the Skins are playing. I think the key to this game, like a lot of them are, is going to be turnovers. And if Washington can come out on the winning end of this right here, I believe that's going to be the difference in the game.
I agree. I think this is my game of the week. I think this is going to be, compared to all these other games today, this is going to be the game you're going to want to tune in. This is a battle of pretty good quarterbacks. Rodgers, that Green Bay offense has been struggling. I think they get it back on track tonight. We've said that past few weeks and it hasn't happened, but I think tonight we're going to see what we've wanted to see since the beginning of the season. I think they're going to come in here to Washington. It's going to be a good game. Rodgers is going to look more comfortable in the pocket, and I think it'll be back and forth. But I'm going to go Green Bay here, 34-27. A good one, though.
All right, and tomorrow night we have Houston at Oakland. I think this is going to be another close game. but I am going with the home team. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you. And I like this. I like Oakland winning tomorrow, 23-19.
I love what this Raiders team is doing right now, especially with Derek Carr there. And they got a lot of young weapons with him. He's a young quarterback too. So this future for the Raiders looks good. And I think this is definitely going to be a good game. But Raiders here, it's going to be played in Mexico City. So I guess the Raiders will have the advantage there with the home team. So yeah, Houston though, a pretty good team. Osweiler, he still seems to be breaking into that Texans team. So I don't know. I'm not too sold on them right now. But compared to the weak AFC South, I think Houston is probably the best in that division right now. But it's not really saying a lot the AFC South. But anyways, I'm gonna go to the Raiders here, 30-20.
All right, well, that's all the games this week that we're going to review, or all the games, period. But we just want to thank our sponsor, Nisa Sausage, and just everything that they do for us, and providing the location and all the drinks and snacks for our crew here. And just want to thank them a whole lot. So anyway, thank you. Enjoyed it.
Appreciated it.
And everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next Sunday.
We're actually doing a Thanksgiving special Thursday with Granddad for the Redskins Cowboys.